All right, YouTube, good morning. This is your boy Shiloh and King Zeus. If you're new to our channel, hit the like, hit the subscribe button, and of course, leave a comment so we can talk about everything that you have on your mind or any questions you have about our videos. And of course, smash that bell so you can get notifications every time we upload our videos. Okay, so let's talk about the first topic. We have a couple topics we want to cover today, and we'll kind of bounce back and forth. So we have a couple topics we want to kind of talk about today. First topic we're going to talk about the product Bully Max. Okay, we're going to talk about what the product Bully Max did for my dog Zeus. We're going to talk about what the product Gorilla Max did for my dog Zeus. And we're going to talk about what raw feeding has done for us. So there's some ups. We're going to talk about the positives first, and then we'll go into a little bit of the negative side effects and so forth on what came with Bully Max, Gorilla Max, and raw feeding. So let's go ahead and tell you a little story about Zeus. Okay, so Zeus was rescued at 4 weeks old. He came from a litter. He is an American bully. He was at 40 pounds when I first had him. Not 40 pounds when I first had him, excuse me. He was 4 weeks old when I first had him. We didn't start the YouTube channel until he turned about 6 months old. At 6 months old, he was pretty small. He was probably weighing in at probably about 35, 40 pounds, you know, and that's when I first introduced him to Bully Max, Gorilla Max, and some of the high protein dog food. So, and we're going to get into a little bit of what it did to him. First of all, let's go ahead and talk about the positive part of it. Now, the positive part of the Bully Max now and the Gorilla Max, well, let's do Bully Max first, is he was small, like I said, timid. You'll see in some of my old videos, if you go back and scroll, you'll see that he is small. He didn't have the muscle mass that he has now. And he just wasn't YouTube ready, I would say, I guess, as far as a dog goes. If you're trying to start a dog kennel like I was, you know, I was bringing up Monster Kennel. We did do really good. We do have our kennel. We have put out litters, really good litters. And we had to get him YouTube ready. So to get him YouTube ready, per se, is camera ready. So we introduced him into a product called Bully Max. And Bully Max, first of all, it was really good. Like, he took it, I'm not gonna lie, it put on the weight really fast. It started showing great muscle structure on him. I noticed his energy level was through the roof, because when we went on our rides, our longboard rides, our bike rides, we went on our walks, he just had the energy like I couldn't believe. His exercise levels was through the roof. Like, it was like, I would say, a bodybuilder taking Trebelone for the first time, you know. He's like just a mass beast. And that's what I want to get into is it benefited him at first. Don't get me wrong, it got him ready, it got him nice. As his muscles started to pop through, he started to tear up, he started to look really good. His pull when we walked got even stronger. His bark got deeper. God, he just put it on really fast, you guys. Like, the weight came on quick, you know, and that's the good positive part of Bully Max. If you want to put size on your dog, put muscle on your dog really fast, and you're not patient and you don't want to kind of like slowly build him up to that, then Bully Max is going to be your supplement. You know what I mean? It put the weight up there for him. Don't get me wrong, his muscles tore out within like a month. He was looking good from Bully Max, you know, and that is some of the positive sides to Bully Max. Don't get me wrong. Now let me go ahead and tell you the downside to Bully Max. Now Bully Max, after he started taking it, his energy level went through the roof so much that well, let me tell you the downfall to Bully Max, Gorilla Max, and raw feeding kind of all at the same time. So let's jump into Gorilla Max real fast, because Bully Max is a great supplement to start them off with if you're looking into it. Don't get me wrong. You're also going to want to add a supplement that's powder that goes onto the dog food called Gorilla Max. That is a little pricey. It's kind of like $60 a bag, but it gets in there too. So don't get me wrong. So I was doing a pill of Bully Max, well, half a pill of Bully Max at 6 months. I would do a little bit of Gorilla Max onto his dog food. You know, the Gorilla Max came in a little bit after Bully Max. It wasn't Bully Max and Gorilla Max right away at 6 months. No, it was Bully Max, a little bit of raw feeding, and then Gorilla Max later on when I kind of introduced him to Gorilla Max. My friend told me about it and we tried it for the first time. So great positive results from all three. Don't get me wrong, the raw feeding, the Bully Max, the Gorilla Max, everything had him looking good. His fur was looking good. His muscles were looking good. Everything was looking good. And I'm telling you, but as it started to progress, it started to get into his bloodline. Let's go ahead and talk about the downfall of Bully Max, Gorilla Max, and raw feeding. As we started to get into it and it started to set in, after the muscle set in and the weight set in and the energy set in, it was like it turned him into a bomb. So raw feeding, don't get me wrong, when you raw feed your dogs, they become smarter. Seems like they become more loyal. Don't get me wrong, they're like really loyal from raw feeding. It does make them look good. It puts the weight on them and stuff like that. But the raw, and they do love raw feeding, they'll love you for it, but it comes with some like bad gas from the dog. The dog will clear out your front room from the chicken. I was doing quarter leg chicken, raw chicken. I won't do it no more. It was putting too much calcium into his body. On top of the Bully Max, the Gorilla Max, so his fart stunk really bad. He had a hard time going to the bathroom. I noticed his spews turned white, like the bones. So for any of you out there that does raw chicken, that's good, but not all the time, like maybe once in a while. He was getting a little bit of raw hamburger inside his dog food, some oatmeal, some rice, some eggs, a little bit of coconut oil, and so forth. He had some fish. I gave him a little bit of liver there, here or there. He got some treats of liver, some pig's feet, stuff like that, you know. And that was all fine and dandy until he became overly aggressive from it. It seemed like he went from being a great dog, being a good house dog with everybody, like the family could come over, the brothers come over, the kids could play. And then all of a sudden, once that Bully Max kicked in and he kind of like started tasting more of that blood and that raw feeding into his dog food, being the breed that he is, it kind of turned him into a bomb. Now he is like, he's been like that since day one, ever since, you know, maybe 3 months after the supplements, he kind of turned into the bomb. That's the downfall of the supplements. And a lot of people probably argue with me about that, but nah, I've seen some calm ass dogs off of Bully Max. For some reason, he's a bomb from me. I don't know what went wrong. I don't know if I did something wrong. If I did something wrong, then maybe you can leave a comment and tell me maybe something I can do better with him. But it kind of started off, the kids were play fighting in front of him, and the Bully Max kind of just sent him through the roof, because it's kind of like once his energy goes up, it's hard to get it back to that level of calmness. It's like he's just bam through the roof, and then it's hard to get him right here because it's got so much testosterone flowing through his body that he doesn't know what to do with it. So no matter what I do, I can't get him to level down to my level once he gets up there. So, and he gets up there fast. It's been a lot faster than he's ever have. He gets angry a lot faster than he's ever have. Now family has to watch when they come over. He has to go in the kennel, because if he instantly doesn't like the person, he doesn't take to the person, he'll let you know. So, you know, it kind of like separated everything that's been going on. So if any of you have like seen anything positive or noticed anything positive out of Bully Max and Gorilla Max for your dogs, then go ahead and leave a comment, you know, and we'll talk about it. I posted up some pictures, you know, before and after of what the dog looks like after Bully Max. And like I showed you, it's a great thing. They start off fresh. They look like normal house dogs. You get them into the Bully Max, everybody wants this big muscle-bound bodybuilder dog. And as you can see, the transformation into the dogs. But as far as for the people who just want that normal house pet, and if you have a pit bull or a Rottweiler or something, Bully Max is not the supplement you want to go with. If you have a family, if you got kids, you got a wife, yeah, Bully Max is not the way to go. But if you're single and you have your own crib and you're doing your thing, then Bully Max is probably something you want to go ahead and look into. But I don't think it's for family dogs, house dogs, anything like that. So if you disagree, go ahead and leave that comment. We can talk about it, whatever. It doesn't matter to me. I had somebody comment on my last video, tell me I need to change my title from dog steroids, because Bully Max wasn't a dog steroid, but it is dog steroid. It's been proven to be a dog steroid. This supplement is to put weight and muscle on a dog really fast, just like we do when we go to the weightlifting. We take protein and we take Trebolone to get big, and we do testosterone. That's the same shit that the dogs be getting and be blowing them up. Some of them can handle it and some of them can't. So if you are new to Bully Max and you have never tried Bully Max before, my advice is to do your research before you get into it, because it can make your dog beautiful, but at the same time it can ruin him. And once you got a big muscle-bound dog on your hands, over 120-pound dog that blows up and he's out of control, he's pretty hard to deal with. So my advice is do your research, and if everything tops out that it works for you and you want to put your dog on Bully Max, then go ahead and put your dog on Bully Max. But for the ones who are looking just to keep your house dog normal, stay away. All right, this is your boy Shiloh and King Zeus. We love you guys. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, show us some love, and we'll come back with another topic later on Bully Max, Gorilla Max, and some raw feeding. All right, you guys. Love you. Peace.